Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Western Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. We are really excited you are here. Before we get started, we do have a few housekeeping items to note. First, if you have any questions at all, feel free to submit those by using the Q&A button. You can type in your questions to the presenters at any time. They are there, ready and available to answer your questions. Your camera and microphone are off. You are muted and your video is off. The panelists can't see or hear you. And lastly, all sessions are being recorded and will be available in 1 week at strivescan.com/WACAC. We are currently in session C10, where my mouse is circling at the moment. And this will also be the same order of presentations. So without further ado, I'll get out of the way and introduce our first representative from University of British Columbia.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here today. My name is Britt Fernandez. I'm an associate recruiter and advisor at the University of British Columbia. Today, I'll be sharing with you a little bit more information about UBC in terms of its academic excellence, our 2 stunning campus locations, and the opportunities for you to get involved in student involvement so we can determine if UBC is the right fit for you. Now, UBC is a public research university in Canada. We have over 260 different undergraduate majors to choose from, and we're consistently ranked among the top 40 research universities in the world, the top 3 universities in Canada. UBC has also been ranked the most international university in North America, with just over 18,000 international students that come from 166 different countries. This means you'll have the opportunity to not only just learn from your amazing professors, but also from your peers. You'll graduate from UBC with a truly global perspective. Now, as mentioned, we do have 2 campuses, UBC's Vancouver campus in the city of Vancouver and UBC's Okanagan campus in the city of Kelowna. So on the map here, you can see the 2 campuses are about a 4-hour drive apart. So you apply to and take all of your classes at one campus or another. Regardless of which campus you attend, you'll graduate with the same UBC degree that's recognized worldwide. Our Vancouver campus is located in the city of Vancouver. It's a city of roughly about 2.5 million people, and it's a vibrant multicultural city located on the Pacific Ocean and surrounded by picturesque mountains. The campus is about 20 minutes away from the city center and is located on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the Musqueam people. Home to approximately 45,000 undergraduate students, it's a self-contained campus community with state-of-the-art facilities, sports fields, museums, restaurants, and theaters. There's always something to keep you busy both in the campus and in the city. Now, maybe you'd prefer a more mid-sized campus, and if so, UBC's Okanagan campus in the city of Kelowna may be the option for you. Kelowna's population is just under 200,000 people, and it's one of the world's fastest growing cities in BC. It's also home to a thriving tech industry that has a net worth of over $1 billion. Situated within the territory of the Syilx Okanagan Nation, UBC's Okanagan campus is home to just over 10,000 undergraduate students. The Okanagan campus has small class sizes, unique campus city partnerships, and more than 1,000 research projects underway, which makes it easy to plug into a close-knit community. But a university is more than just its location, and UBC has so many opportunities for you to take advantage of. On screen here, you'll see just a sample of the few, but I do encourage you to explore more information on these on our website. One highlight is our Cooperative Education program, which is an option for students to take in almost all of our undergraduate programs. Co-op is the opportunity to take what you're learning in the classroom and research labs and apply that into the real world through full-time paid internships. Thousands of students participate in co-op placements each year with companies such as Adidas, Electronic Arts, Microsoft, Disney, and Lululemon, just to name a few. And in fact, 90% of UBC students who participate in the co-op program receive a job offer in 1 month of graduation. In terms of academics, UBC offers over 260 different undergraduate majors. We offer degrees in a wide variety of fields such as liberal arts, business, and STEM. We also have some unique and niche programs such as applied biology, kinesiology, and forestry. I encourage you to visit our website and look at and explore those different programs that are offered. So if you think that UBC might be the right fit for you, you'll want to first start by doing your application, which can be found on our website at you.ubc.ca. First, you'll choose your program and campus and check the admission requirements for that program. Our deadline to apply is typically January 15th. After you apply, you'll be able to upload your transcripts and other required documents. UBC admission is both comparative and competitive. Your UBC application will be evaluated based on a combination of your academic performance and your personal profile. Your personal profile is the opportunity to tell UBC about what's important to you, some of those experiences that you've had, and what really matters. A few of our programs may also require a portfolio or a supplemental application. Finally, UBC looks at the breadth, relevancy, and the rigor of the courses that you've been taking. So courses such as APs, IBs, honors, and college level courses will all be taken into consideration. Thank you so much for listening and learning a little bit more about UBC. As mentioned, I do encourage you to visit our website, you.ubc.ca, as it has all the information I covered today, as well as further details about admission requirements, tuitions and scholarships, housing, and much more. Thank you very much again, and I encourage you, please submit any questions you have. I look forward to answering them.
Great, thank you. The next representative is from the University of Waterloo.
Perfect, thanks. Just get this up. Perfect, thanks so much. So my name is Valerie, and I'm one of the International Recruitment Officers at the University of Waterloo in Ontario, Canada. We were founded just over 60 years ago, and it has now quickly grown to become one of the top 150 universities in the world. The University of Waterloo is a comprehensive institution that has just over 35,000 undergraduate students. So why are we known as, Canada's innovation university? Well, from the very, very beginning, Waterloo was really designed to be different. You see innovation in our commitment to developing really great ideas. We're also home to one of the largest student startup incubators in all of North America. We also have a 100% student-owned IP policy, so really important for our entrepreneurs. And you also see it in the world's largest university co-op program of its kind in the world. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a minute. So Canada's to consider your studies. University degrees are recognized and respected around the world. We also have a really generous study and work permit system while you're a student, as well as after graduation. The university is located in the city of Waterloo, which, like I mentioned, is in the province of Ontario. We are a mid-sized city, and it is part of the Waterloo region that has two neighboring cities as well, and that's about 500,000 residents. It's a very student-friendly city, and it's made up of 195 different ethnic backgrounds, and only about 100 are Toronto area. The region is often referred to as the Silicon Valley of the North because of the impact of the technology industry. And there's lots of different types of employers found in the city as well, from public service to IT. And that does include, Google. One of their hardware headquarters is located just down the street from our campus. So what kind of student typically chooses to study at Waterloo? Well, our students are really a mix of smart, diverse, motivated, and very practical individuals. Our students are typically have graduated in the top 10 to 15% of their high school class. And 1 in 5 students, or 20% of our undergraduate student population, are international students. And last year they came from 90 countries around the world. So we offer a diverse range of 100 different programs and majors. We group all of these majors by faculties, and you can see Waterloo's 6 faculties on the screen in front of you. You might also be interested in studying business and don't really see that like a school of business in the list, but it is there. We just don't have a formal school of business, but you will find all of our business courses embedded into each one of these 6 faculties. We have 17 different and business majors, and that does include our School of Accounting and Finance, as well as lots of entrepreneurship options and ways of including that business-oriented learning into your education. So in terms of admissions, applications are submitted on the Ontario University's Application Centre. So the OUAC for short, it is a central system that collects the applications. And then your required documents are sent to us electronically. The deadline is typically February 1st. We do require your high school transcript and diploma, as well as scores in the prerequisite courses. This could be at the AP level or honors level or senior level course. Admissions averages will really vary by major. Letters are not required, and engineering is our only faculty that does require an SAT or ACT. We also require a personal statement, so we call it the admissions information form, because we do want to learn a little bit more about you, so that you have strong academics, but also other interests in other things as well. Students are automatically considered for all of our entrance scholarships. And we also participate in the FAFSA loan programs and other private loan programs as well. Details on how to apply and our admission requirements search tool be viewed using the links that you can see on the screen in front of you. I'll also include it in the chat box. There's lots of communities you can join on our campus as well, of course. We have guaranteed first-year housing, so you can live right on campus. Hundreds of clubs and activities, athletic facilities and different sports teams, and lots of support for students, including career, mental health support, advisors, a full healthcare team to look after you. And finally, cooperative education is a really big part of who Waterloo is. And we are now home to the largest co-op program of its kind in the world, with over 20,000 students enrolled every year. And there's just over 7,200 co-op employers across the world that hire our students. So it's a system that allows you to gain paid work experience before you graduate. And it really doesn't help improve lots of those skills to be successful upon graduation. And I'll leave it here. And happy to answer any questions. Thanks so much.
Very helpful information. Thank you. Just a friendly reminder that if you have any questions at all, to feel free to submit those through the Q&A. Our representatives are here and available to answer any questions that you have. And if you have a specific question, to also note the school name. The next representative is from Queen's University.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be here with you this evening. I'm just going to take a moment and share my screen with you. And there we are. Well, my name is Nathan Martin, and I am an undergraduate admission coordinator with Queen's University, and I'm very excited to be here with you today and have the opportunity to talk to you about a little bit about Queen's University. Now, our primary campus is located in Canada, of course, in the beautiful and historic waterfront city of Kingston, Ontario. A beautiful city, you can see a little bit of it here, about 124,000 people in total. So a small city, still all of the amenities of a larger city, just happens to have that smaller university town feel to it. We also have an international campus, and it is located in the UK. It just happens to be a 15th century castle. So lots of fun there, and any student at Queen's can have the opportunity to go and spend at least a semester there if they would like. For certain students applying to programs like the Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science, you can actually apply to spend your entire first year there if you would like. Now, by Canadian standards, Queen's is a mid-sized university with approximately 24,000 students, 18,000 of which are undergraduate students. Before I really get into things, I would first like to acknowledge that Queen's University's primary campus, the Kingston campus, is situated on the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe people. And we're very grateful to be able to live, to learn, and to play on these lands. And we want you to know that at Queen's, yes, you will be challenged, but we also want you to know that we will be there while you're being challenged academically. We'll be there with an amazing array of services and supports. So if you embrace the challenge and take advantage of the supports that we offer, then we're confident that you will succeed. So Queen's holds a significant place in our country's history. In fact, Queen's was founded in 1841, so that's 26 years before Canadian Confederation, meaning that we have over 179 years of experience educating future leaders from around the world. And although we are a university with lots of fun traditions, what continues to make Queen's one of the best universities in Canada is its continued commitment to innovation, to research, teaching, and to student support. So Queen's is consistently rated among the top universities in Canada for student satisfaction. With over 2,611 degree options available, students can choose to pursue studies ranging from social sciences to applied sciences, from fine art to business, from health sciences, or even the performing arts. As a comprehensive university, there's something there for everyone at Queen's. Over 10% of our students are international students coming from 108 different countries around the world. So whether you are coming from the other side of the globe or just coming from south of the border, the Queen's community and the city of Kingston are excited to welcome you. And with a 94.6% retention rate, we feel that this proves that we take our promise to support our students very seriously. Not only do our students tend to make a successful adjustment to university life, they continue to significantly outperform the average when it comes to progressing through their studies and graduating on time. No matter what you choose to study at Queen's, you can make your degree as unique as you are. So regardless of whether you choose to study engineering or business or something within the Bachelor of Arts, you can also choose to take courses in things like astrophysics, Latin, maybe a commerce or business course, maybe a history course. You'll get to take advantage of instructional styles such as blended learning, which of course integrates face-to-face with the online learning. So online learning is something that we have all become quite experts at during this COVID experience. And you'll be engaging with world-class professors and learning from those professors in innovative teaching spaces. Okay, so now that you're beginning to discover, hopefully, as I did, how amazing Queen's is, and once you have identified the program or programs that you might want to apply to, because at Queen's we allow you to apply to up to 3 different programs and we'll consider you equally for all 3. Once you've started to sort through all that, then when the application opens, it will be time to apply. Now, our application typically opens the beginning of October and typically closes the beginning of February. You can find us on the Common App, and you can also apply to us through the Ontario University Application Center, or OUAC. Just remember to check your email regularly and stay on top of your applicant to-do list. I should also mention that Queen's is now test optional. Just make sure to have your school email a copy of your high school transcript once you've applied. And of course, keep working hard. And remember, you're going to do great no matter where you go. But your greatest story could just start at Queen's. Thank you so much, and I'll pass it back.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. The next representative is from the University of Vermont.
All right, so from Canada, we're crossing the border over to Vermont. I'm Jesus Ramirez with the University of Vermont. I work remotely. I'm actually based in Southern California, so greetings from San Diego. I think we're in the same time zone. So if any questions, concerns, I'll be your admissions counselor through the whole admission process. The University of Vermont is a public research institution with about 10,000 undergraduate students. In terms of academics, we have a lot of different programs, anywhere from business to engineering to the arts and sciences. Every single program is direct entry, including business, nursing, and engineering. So if you know what you want to study, you can start working right away. Otherwise, there's plenty of different options. Some of the unique programs at UVM include our animal sciences for students that want to go into becoming a vet. We have a bachelor's, master's, and a PhD in food systems. So we take our food very seriously. And we're also very passionate about environmental studies. That is a program you can study at 3 out of the 7 different colleges. In addition to these 7 colleges, we also have a medical school and a hospital right on campus, which provides a lot of exposure for students interested in the health and natural sciences. UVM is the 5th oldest university in New England after Harvard, Yale, Dartmouth, and Brown. But if you've been to our campus or visit our website, you'll notice a lot of our buildings are actually pretty recent. A few years ago, we opened our brand new residence hall right in Central Campus. A couple years ago, we opened our brand new STEM facility, and we're in the process of building a brand new multi-purpose athletic facility. Our students also like that UVM is sort of the perfect size. It's a medium-sized institution where they're able to find all the resources associated with a large public institution, but their classes are pretty small. The average class is about 32 students, and the overall faculty to student ratio is 1:18. And our students also like the fact that UVM offers urban and open spaces. We're located in the city of Burlington, a super fun college town. Montpelier is about a 30-minute drive, and Montreal, Canada is only an hour and a half away. But we're surrounded by beautiful green mountains and Lake Champlain just down the street, which is great natural resources for the research or recreational activities. As a Division I school, there's many exciting things happening at UVM, athletics being one of them. We have 18 varsity sports. We also have club sports, intramurals, and over 200 clubs and organizations. But at the end of the day, what really excites our students is our academics. Every student has an academic advisor, which will ensure a 4-year pathway to success. And we also have 40 accelerated programs for students that are wanting to get their bachelor's and master's within 5 years. At UVM, over 70% of our students come from outside of Vermont, which creates a really strong sense of community. Every first year at UVM lives in a learning community, which matches your interests, will be inside of the classroom or outside of the classroom with your living environment. So these learning communities include arts and creativity, outdoor experience, and wellness environment, among others. As you're getting ready for the application process, at UVM, you can submit your application through the Common App or My Coalition. We use the holistic approach at UVM, so you can, we'll take into account all the application materials that you submit. For fall 2022 and fall 2023, we're test optional, and every student is automatically considered for a merit scholarship. These merit scholarships are based on your academics, so the stronger the GPA, the better scholarship you get. There's no additional application needed. Your admission application will be your application for a merit scholarship as well. We also encourage all families to complete the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, to be eligible for additional financial aid. And to conclude my presentation, I'm always asked by students from California to describe a typical UVM student, which is a little bit difficult just because we have over 10,000 students and our students come from all over the US and even internationally. But there are some commonalities among our student population. The first is that they're very engaged with their academics. They come to UVM because they want to be able to conduct research, build those meaningful relationships with their professors. The second one is that they love the outdoors, whether it be running and swimming during the nice sunny months or skiing and snowboarding in the winter months. Our students love the outdoors, and that's one of the reasons they come to UVM. And lastly, they come to UVM because they're environmentally conscious, whether that's something they want to study or just be exposed to. Our students want to use their academics to make a more sustainable world. So if any of these attributes resonate on what you're looking for at a college, perhaps check out UVM. Thanks.
Thank you. Just another reminder that if you have any questions at all, so feel free to submit this through the Q&A. Our representatives are still here to answer your questions and any question at all. If you have a specific question, please also state the school name. Our last representative, but certainly not least, is from Salve, Regina University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nick Albanese with Salve Regina University. Thanks so much for joining tonight. If you're wondering what Salve Regina means, it's Latin for Hail Holy Queen, and it's part of a Catholic prayer that the Sisters of Mercy who founded us were very fond of. The sisters have given us so many things over the past several decades, but one of the things I really appreciate is our mission statement. The very first line of Salve's mission statement is as a community that welcomes people of all beliefs. So I think right off the bat, that speaks to our inclusivity. The last line of our mission statement is we work for a world that is more harmonious, just, and merciful. The Sisters of Mercy are an organization, or a network, I should say, of elementary schools, high schools, universities, as well as convents all around the world, but particularly in the US. And they have 5 critical concerns, and these are sort of sins of the world or things that are really troubling in society today that we weave throughout our curriculum. So earth, taking care of the climate, immigration, nonviolence, racism, educating our students about the history of it in our country as well as worldwide, and working to be an anti-racist community, and promoting women. We are a small university. We have about 2,100 undergraduate students and a little over 600 graduate students. We have a lot of popular majors, including biology, chemistry, any form of business, administration of justice. We are well known for our direct entry nursing program, where students have guaranteed clinicals, so they will finish on time in 4 years. But then we have some unique programs. For example, we have a Bachelor of Arts in Dance, allowing you to dive into your craft, but still take very different kinds of courses and play sports and do things you couldn't always do at a conservatory or a fine arts school. And by far our most unique major is cultural and historic preservation. So students in that major study the built environment. They learn how to take care of, advocate for, protect, restore historic objects, buildings, and even entire neighborhoods. And it makes sense that we have such an emphasis on our history programs, on historic preservation, because we're located in one of the best kept historic districts in New England. We are in the state of Rhode Island on Aquidneck Island. So we're on an island in Rhode Island, and we're in a town that dates back to the 1600s called Newport. So we're in the Bellevue Avenue Historic District of Newport, sometimes called the Mansion District, a lot of properties built in the 1800s. And we took several of those estates, combined them into one campus. So we have mansions, barns, stables, carriage houses, really interesting historic buildings. We've adapted them and turned them into the classrooms, the residence halls, along with newer state-of-the-art buildings. So we're right on the cliffs of the Atlantic Ocean, within walking distance of the beach, but we're also a really short walk to downtown. And this makes for an open campus. We're totally a part of the neighborhood. Students at Salve Regina, of course, have a very close-knit on-campus experience, but also are exposed to viewpoints and folks from the greater community. All of our students, for example, do community service. Many of our students by senior year move off campus, live in the town. And so while we have, as I mentioned before, 2,100 undergraduates, 85% of our students though are from out of state, and you're going to interact with people that are not just other in-state college students. But there's so many things to do on campus. We have 20 Division III varsity sports. We're well known for sailing, and Newport is one of the sailing capitals of the world. We also have competitive ice hockey, men and women's. And then we have a number of club sports. Our rugby team have been national champions a few times in the past decade. We have over 60 student-led organizations. That's our multicultural student organization there at the top right. We have a think tank on campus that was formed by an act of Congress called the Pell Center for International Relations and Public Policy. And through that center, we bring in great minds from throughout all over the world. We've had Dr. Cornel West come to campus, Dr. Jill Biden, Senator John Kerry, the Dalai Lama, and our students are able to be inspired by these folks. We always have events going on throughout the week. And of course, service to our community, as I mentioned before, is a big part of the experience. In terms of admissions, most students have between a B+ and an A- GPA. A quarter of our students have a 4.0, but a quarter of our students also have below a 3.2. And so I appreciate that we admit a wide range of students. I think it helps our environment, while it is rigorous, to feel much more collaborative than competitive. We're a member of the Common Application, making it simple to apply. We waive the fee for students from the West. We are fully test optional for all of our programs, including nursing. And we just require letters of recommendation from a teacher and a counselor. You can apply to Salve in November, January, or February. Students tend to be admitted at about the same rate. Nursing students must apply by November 1, and students interested in our visual and performing arts scholarship should apply by January 5. In terms of scholarships, most of our students do qualify for merit awards. They range from $12,000 to $25,000 off the total cost of tuition, and they're renewable every year. You don't have to do anything to apply for them. We also base our merit scholarships not just on academic merit, but on any form of talent that you have. So, if you are maybe the captain of your sports team, or you are the head of the play, whatever it is, maybe you started some large community service initiative in your school or your community. All of those things can contribute to larger scholarships. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me today. I encourage you to check out salve.edu/visit for all of our other visit opportunities, and enjoy the rest of the night.
Awesome, thank you. We do have some time left, and so at this point, we're going to go ahead and pivot now into the Q&A portion of the session, and we invite you to I'll go ahead and invite all our presenters at this time to turn on their videos, to unmute themselves for this question. And again, if you have any questions, this is a great opportunity to submit those questions and listen in now to our presenters even more. So at this time, the first question here is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? Again, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we'll go ahead and get started in the same order in which you all presented it.
Well, wonderful. So the biggest piece of advice I would give to all of you is you're going to hear lots of wonderful statistics and rankings and things coming at you in the coming months. And although those are wonderful and they can tell you a lot about an institution, do keep in mind you will be spending 4 years there. You want to not just be surviving your university experience, but you want to be thriving during it. So look into all those different aspects that will affect your university choice. Look into the climate of the places you're going. Look into the cities or towns nearby. Look into those extracurricular opportunities, because all of this will play a large role in how much you enjoy your university experience. I'll pass it on to the next person.
Perfect. So my little piece of advice would be, don't be scared to ask for help. Ask any one of us, any other recruiters. Sort of builds off of what you just said as well, and doing that research, and definitely feel free to ask questions. Or continue to ask those questions and ask for help if you do need it. So I'll leave my
following in that vein, the greatest advice I think I could give any prospective student to any institution would be to take advantage of the opportunity you have right now to ask questions. to reach out and to utilize people like ourselves who are here literally to answer any question you may have, maybe even prompt you to start thinking about questions that you may not have thought to ask yet, but you begin a conversation with us. And all of a sudden things start to come to the surface. You're like, oh, I hadn't thought of that. Oh, that's a good point. There's so much to be considered. There's so many amazing different institutions to attend. But a lot of the information is only discoverable when you begin those conversations. So yeah, we're all accessible, whether it's through social media, through email, phone calls. So now's the time. Take advantage of getting to know us, getting to know the institutions.
Yeah, really great points. I think for me, this summer, it's a really great opportunity to start working on your essay. Perhaps connect with your English teacher or somebody who could assist you in developing your story. You'll see that different colleges will have different prompts, but at the end of the day, we all want to get to know your story. So start developing your story this summer.
And I'm a big spreadsheet person, so I definitely recommend, if you haven't already made one, make a spreadsheet. Especially if it's online, you can share it with your counselor or your family or that sort of thing. Maybe have 2 tabs. The first one can be kind of the big list. So just as you find colleges that you come across, you can write them down. Maybe just have 3 really rough columns of, the academic fit, the social fit, the financial. And then as you get towards senior year, you can have that second tab where that's like really the list, and hopefully that has a balance of schools. But I think they'll just help you to keep organized, kind of remember, oh, which college did offer that really unique program or had that really cool athletic facility or whatever, it is, to kind of organize your thoughts. And I think it'll help to kind of make this huge world of hundreds of colleges seem a little bit smaller.
All great advice. Thank you all for sharing. And it's great to hear that tangible visual of a spreadsheet. And so again, great advice coming from those who work at the respective institutions. And again, always really helpful. Our next question here is, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus? What is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
So my personal favorite event at UBC is our Day of the Longboat event. So it's an event that's been going on for the past 30 years. And all the students take to the nearby beach called Jericho. And whether you've paddled a longboat before and do it competitively, or whether it's your first time being out on the water, it's a really great opportunity to meet new friends. There's lots of live entertainment. There's a really great atmosphere going on. And of course, it's just a really great opportunity for you to get to know the coastal setting a little bit more. Takes place in September too, so it's a great chance to forge some of those kind of friendships that'll take you through university. But I definitely encourage you, if you come to UBC, do check out the Day of the Longboat.
And pardon me, at Waterloo, one of my favorite events is focused on food, and it is Pie Day. Pie 3.14. We serve pie on March 14th every year. This year looks a little bit different, but when we are on campus, there's long lineups for delicious pie. So that's one of my.
All right. Well, one of the things that I enjoy most, and I see a lot of other students and staff, faculty enjoying it as well, is taking advantage of the city that Queens is in, which means that you're only a 10-minute walk from the historic downtown. And so whether it is spring, summer, fall, winter, you head just a 10-minute walk off campus. Students, staff, faculty, they do it all the time. In the warmer months, you walk into the historic downtown and there's this beautiful farmers market. It's there. You get to enjoy the sights, sounds, smells, maybe some tastes. Great thing. And then in the colder months, when winter rolls in, it's still a wonderful place to visit because they've turned that farmers market square into an open skating rink. And even if you don't skate or didn't bring them with you, you can just sit by one of the many campfires that are lit up there, enjoy a sweet treat and a drink, and just a great experience that everybody loves to take advantage of.
So, and speaking the theme of food, especially because it's dinner time in the West Coast, At UVM, we have this cheese and dairy festival that takes place every single year. And working remotely from California for Vermont, I discovered that happy cows not only come from California, but also from Vermont. And we have a lot of great dairy products. And so our students love the ice cream, love the cheese. And it's a really great place where you're able to connect with the farmers from Vermont and see all the local produce.
And at Salve, during our welcome week, I really appreciate this event called Service Plunge, where students go to more than 60 sites on the island and dive in and do service. And they kind of get to know the area outside of the campus and have that first introduction to our community, which is such a key part of the experience of being a Salve student.
Great. Well, we're going to dig into one last question here, and that is, give an interesting or fun fact about your school.
Okay, so my fun fact about the University of British Columbia is specific to our Vancouver campus, and that's that it's the 9th most popular filming location in the world. So it's not uncommon to see UBC in the backdrop of some of the movies. Butterfly Effect, you'll recognize it from, X-Files, X-Men, 50 Shades of Grey, Smallville, the list goes on and on. So it's not uncommon as a student as well to walk around and see the film crews on set, which can be very exciting as well.
At Waterloo, one of the, I would say, interesting facts, one of our professors, Dr. Donna, the Nobel Prize in Physics just 2-3 years ago, and she's one of 4 females in the history of the Physics Nobel Prize to win this award. So very exciting for her, and yeah, I'd say that's one of my interesting facts.
Okay, so an interesting fact for Queens, just kind of a fun one. If you are familiar at all with the sport of hockey, and of course that goes great, stereotypically speaking, being in Canada, but I believe one of the first competitive games historically of hockey ever played in North America was played between Queen's University and the Royal Military College, which is just down the road from Queen's University. As far as who actually won that game, that may still be up for debate. I won't speak to that. So you can come and maybe you can find the answer to that yourself.
So I'm still thinking about food, more specifically about dessert. So fun fact, Ben & Jerry's was founded in the city of Burlington, Vermont, which is where the university is located. So ice cream is a big component of, I guess, the college experience. In fact, for one of our like optional essays was to describe your personality as an ice cream flavor. So if you apply to UVM, perhaps you can use that prompt with your application materials.
And at Salve, we are in the ocean state. And so we really take advantage of being right on the water. And we've been ranked by several surf magazines right up there with schools in California and Hawaii as a top 10 surf school. And there's actually a pretty thriving surf culture in town. You can surf in the morning and go to class in the afternoon. And students will even go out there when it's snowing. So all 4 seasons in Rhode Island as well.
Thank you for sharing. I absolutely love that question of share your interesting fact, share your most favorite tradition or event on campus. It really just speaks to each school and how unique it is. And it gives you a little dive into those facts that people don't know or always know about or even can Google on their own. So again, thank you so much to our presenters for sharing. Thank you for all the great information shared. Again, you all are here as a resource, and that is greatly appreciated. So thank you. Thank you to each of you for joining us. We really appreciate you being here. We have reached the conclusion of this session, but as we close, there will be a very quick 4-question survey that will appear on your browser. If you don't mind taking a moment to fill that out for us, your feedback will be really helpful. And again, this recording will be available a week from today. All sessions are being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/WACAC. Thank you all and have a great night.